What's up, folks? This is Osirez back, and today we have a game that actually is a VR type of game that supports the Oculus Rift, and it's going to be called Vector36. Let's take a look at this real quick. So here we got a game that was greenlit on Steam that is pretty new, called Vector36. It is an early access game, so it is still in development, so there may be bugs or problems or things that will get polished off in the long run, so keep that in mind. It's developed by Red River Studios. This game requires, on Linux, Ubuntu 12.04 or SteamOS or above, an i5 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 1 gig of graphics memory, and 3 gigs of available hard drive space. So it's a little bit higher than we are used to seeing for an indie game, but that's okay, because we want to push the technology forward, don't we? Eventually. Now, let me go into my first impressions of the game. By no means is this a comprehensive review, because I don't feel like the game is finished. I feel like the game has a lot of potential, but we'll get into that in just a second. The game does support controllers. It supports my Xbox controller just fine. Right off the box, so everything works there and it's fine in that front. The game, for a PC game, there's not a lot of options to be had. There's enough. I think all that you will need as far as options. You have like anti-aliasing, motion blur, ambient occlusion, bloom, and then there's a quality slider, kind of like what you seen in Metro last night as far as graphics go. It does have a way to manually override your screen location, so that is a huge plus. Every time I see some developer put that option in the game, they get 2 thumbs up from me, just because if you have multiple monitors, you've probably dealt with the game launching in some weird place problem before, so kudos on them. It looks like it does support multiple monitors, but I did not personally try that out myself, so we'll find out one day, I guess. Let's start with the graphics. The graphics look like they have a lot of potential. It looks decent enough for what it is. I felt like it could be polished a little bit more, but whatever. That is what that is. You're looking at the game. You decide on it for yourself if you like these graphics. The game ran perfectly fine. The frame rates were constantly and consistently above 60 frames per second. So that is good there. There's no problem with performance whatsoever. So in the game, there's tons of customization. This game has a fair amount of customization, and I found that to be welcome. This is a pretty in-depth game, if you want to get to that point. Now, I will say that this game is pretty, in my opinion, kind of hard, because this is not a simple, straightforward racing game or like a hover racer. This is a physics-based racer, which kind of throws a curveball into the whole racing, I guess, genre. So controlling your ship is as much part of the race or part of the difficulty as anything else. So it takes some practice. I played for a couple hours and was just getting comfortable with it. So you're gonna have to put a little bit of time into feeling comfortable with playing with these hovercrafts that don't exactly go where you want them to go all of the time, which is by design, because physics, right? So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna leave you guys with this gameplay. Like I said, it's early access, so there should be some more development. I have seen it getting updated. Hopefully it'll get to a good working state, because I believe that this is a good concept, something that we haven't seen in quite a while. You know what it kind of reminds me of? That Star Wars pod racer game from back in the day. I think it was on N64 or something, but yeah, I don't remember. But anyways, check out the gameplay. Check out Vector36 on Steam, and as usual, this is Osirez, the PC Pimp. Don't forget to check out the osirez.tech, where you can check out my other videos and contact me if need be. But as usual, I'm out. This is peace.